Like, there he is. If they want to open up a restaurant, don't do it, man. So I told myself at 20 to 25 it was going to be one plan. 25 to 30 was going to be another plan. But I've accomplished every single thing. 20, 25, 25, 30, 35, 40. I'm 35 to 40. I've accomplished all of them.
Wow.
All of my goals, because I live by it.
Welcome to the Beyond Wealth podcast. Chuy Mendez, the man himself.
Yeah. Thank you for having me. I'm very excited to be here, actually.
Yeah, man. We actually met each other. I had no idea who you were. Just a really cool cat, but at a run group.
Yeah.
So Alchemy, which I've talked about maybe getting some of those people over here too, but we're just running together, and I was like, dude, this guy's super cool, and we're kind of networking, talking with different people. And then I find out, like, you own restaurants, you're like a mover and shaker in Birmingham, and just a great guy. And so I was like, dude, you got to come on the podcast. And obviously very busy. You found a window, and you're like, let's do it. So I appreciate you making the time to come in.
Yeah, I'm glad it happened, man. I'm not going to lie. I probably blew you off that day because Run Club is my space. I just log off.
You're like, I don't want to talk about business. And I'm like, hey.
I don't want to talk to nobody, actually. I love what Ace is doing. And I've actually met a very, very beautiful community. And they support me a lot. So I should be more open-minded about talking to people now.
No, it's good. I think it was like my second or third one. They were like, hey, we're going to go by Salud. And if you want tacos, you get like a percentage off. And I was like, what? Like, and I didn't go, and I wish I had, but very new to the group. So I didn't really know many people. But I do love like what Ace is doing there. I think there's a lot of really great communities being built around Birmingham. And, people that care, and I think I've seen that with, since we've gotten to know each other. I've, followed your social media, and like I think I see you pouring into the community of your employees. Like, you guys have done some events, and I saw you do some celebration stuff surrounding, I think it was like end of the year, or like, it was the anniversary, right, of Salud. And I was like, that's so cool that it wasn't like, hey, here's a cake for, celebrating. Was it 1 year, correct?
It was 1 year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't like, okay, get back to work.
No.
Like, it was a party, bro.
It was a party for everybody. It is.
And it just brings so much value to the people that you do business with and to the people you employ. And so I was like, man, that is really cool. You're building not a restaurant, you're building a community.
Yeah. And you're kind of shaking me because I didn't realize I was doing that.
It just kind of flows,
It flows. I do treat my people the way that I would have been treated in the old restaurants that I worked for my previous employers. So all the negativity that I got working for them, I just, instead of just like dealing with it and accepting it, and that's how things are, I'll always walk out of that room or out of that establishment or out of that office from them and be like, whenever I own my own place, I'm not going to treat them that way.
Yeah.
And so I've always been true to that.
That's awesome.
So,
hey, everybody, just want to take a moment away from the podcast and just thank you so much for listening to the Beyond Wealth podcast. It means so much to me, and I'm hopefully bringing a ton of value to you, whether you are local here in Birmingham or invest from out of state. And so I appreciate the time and just want to let you know that it would be really great if you could like and subscribe. A lot of the people who listen don't subscribe, and all of that helps this channel grow. And then also, if you are looking to buy, sell, or invest here in Birmingham and just want to know about the area, maybe you're moving from out of state here, I would love to work with you. And so feel free to reach out. I'd love to have a conversation to help you be successful in your move here to Birmingham, and maybe you're in your transition, moving from one home to the next. I would love to work with you. So feel free to reach out. We can have a conversation and go from there. So hope you're doing well, enjoying the content. Take it easy. So let's take us back.
Yeah.
Where did your kind of journey start, and then kind of hit Birmingham, and what made you interested in starting the restaurant?
Well, before this started, we were talking about God. And it's God's timing, God's placement, and it's God's plan. And I honestly, just like I said, I quit asking why, and now I'm asking when. When is the next thing happening? And I look forward to it. But it all really starts with my father. It always starts with my dad, right? My dad came to the United States first because I was born in Mexico. Was here for 3 years. So I was born in 88, came here 89. Then he went back to Mexico and picked me and my mother up and moved us. And we were supposed to go to South Carolina, Myrtle Beach. But there was some car issues, and we ended up staying in Arkadelphia. yeah.
And broken carburetors change your life.
And so he just gets there, starts asking for help, and finds a small little Mexican community. And basically the Mexican community was the Jehovah's Witness that I was telling you about. And so he just ended up staying the night, and then somehow we just found our people here. Yeah. And my journey began, or my life began, Birmingham, Alabama. I never left. And so that's it. Begins with my dad. Everything is my father. I grew up with a rock relationship with him, but I'm still grateful that he just didn't abandon us. Because if he did, then I don't know what Jesus Mendez or Chuy would have became in Mexico. I probably wouldn't be alive. It's just, life is not what, I wouldn't have had an easy life in Mexico. But different story. So Birmingham has always been the home. Grew up in Bessemer a little bit. Then I moved to Pelham, Alabama. All my teenage years were in Pelham, Alabama. So Pelham, Alabaster, grew up a Shelby County boy per se. Yeah. And graduated Thompson High School. My hustle actually began with Pokemon cards. Okay. At 11 years old.
Every entrepreneur has like a journey. It started somewhere where you got like a little bit addicted.
And I still do Pokemon cards, and I still make a lot of money out of Pokemon cards. All my friends make fun of me until I show them like my PSA grades on one card made me 45% profit today. The other one made 300% profit today. And they're like, what? I'm like, I'm telling you, I'm gonna buy a Porsche with this one day, and so I still do Pokemon cards actually, but that was my first one, and it was just not falling in love with the cards, but just realizing I could flip them for $10-15, and when you're 10, 11 years old, bro, $20 is a lot of money. Yeah. And then from there, my first food deal or in the food business was actually when I started getting when I got my first car. More towards the beginning of the sophomore year at Pelham, and just go to Chick-fil-A and buy some biscuits back when they were like $1.85.
Man, those were the days.
And they were bigger too. And I would flip them for $5. So I would just invest $15 and then walk out with 80. I just started clicking a lot. And I did have a rocky childhood with my mother. My mom was in the buy here, pay here car business. So I kind of got involved in that. I was in the repo business. I was detailing cars for a dealership across the street. I was buying cars at the car auctions and selling them, wholesaling. I was able to move money pretty fast at my teenage years. I did not make it to college. It just was never in my brain or my functionality to even be interested in college. Yeah. And life took a big turn. My mom, by this time my dad was out of my life. He had left when my parents separated when I was 12. But my life took a big turn with my mom. She went into a dark phase with alcohol and drug abuse, and I think this is where I get a lot of my abandonment issues, I guess. She just left.
That's tough.
Yeah. Left because we lost all of our businesses because of her issues. And she never bounced back, but I went off and I got a job at Margarita Grill with Javier Hervez, and I'm blessed that he took me in with no experience. But the last time I saw my mother was actually 2010, October 10th. I still remember that day. It was like 11:15. She walked in, gave me a hug, kissed me, and she's like, I'm leaving. And I'm like, where are you going? Going to Mexico. And I'm, all right, whatever, Mom. Because she was always bluffing. Yeah. I get home that night. She wasn't home. Wow. Haven't seen my mom since.
Man, that's such and I appreciate you sharing that story because, obviously life brings us challenges, and that is a significant challenge and obviously a significant hurt, but it seems like you used it as a catalyst to propel you in like, okay, well, let's solve it. Let's figure it out. And you moved into the next phase.
Obviously you don't heal, but yes, exactly that. And people that know me, know me, I will never play the victim game. You know, like, what are you going to do about it? You're gonna get up and figure it out? Yes.
Yeah.
Or are you gonna sit in a corner and cry about it? No. You know, I've never been like that. And you know, I think that's more of God in me, because I'm not scared of anything that is going on with life right now, especially now in this political climate that we're in. I should be, but I'm like, no. You know, the only person I'm fearful of is just whatever decisions God might have for me.
Yeah.
You know, and I walk within that grace and that power and that security that no matter what happens, I'm going to be okay. You know? So even with that, when my mom's abandonment, I guess, it's just, I was okay. I am alone.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, okay, how do I figure this out? And I did. And
I love so I put up a recent thing and I showed my boys this, and it's where's confidence come from? Mm-hmm. And I think there's a long list where you could do it, but Jay Shetty actually equated it to 3 things, and it's moving into discomfort, keeping promises to yourself, and building competence. Mm-hmm. And in that story, it's like all 3, you know, it's like you were put through a pressure cooker of a situation that forced that confidence to build. So you started in kitchens cooking. What were you doing?
Serving tables.
Okay. So you just got in the restaurant business and started pushing into like, what does this look like? Were you still hustling? Obviously hustling the Pokemon cards.
I sold everything.
Out. Yeah.
I sold everything.
Okay.
I had to figure out some sort of plan for myself. So I went back to 0. Mom's gone. I feel like I was in some conversation with someone, or it was a podcast, and I still live by it today. And it was like, for men's development and growth and security, you needed to figure out a five-year plan. So I told myself at 20 to 25, it was going to be one plan. 25 to 30 was going to be another plan. 30 to 35, another plan. 35 to 40 is another plan. Not to brag, but I've accomplished every single thing. 25, 30, 35, 40. I'm 35 to 40. I've accomplished all of them.
Wow.
All of my goals, because I live by it. I can figure out one way to do it, and I've done it. So that's kind of what's kept me sane and in traction and in motion and in my lane.
Do you reset? I want to dive into that. I love that, by the way. And I've heard, 3-year goal timeline. I've heard the 5-year. Do you like set at that bracket, like this is the time, and then kind of revisit, and then kind of as that transitions, you think about the next 5 years, or you like have a hard stop at 25 and then it's a whole new set of goals, or it's kind of transitional, if that makes sense? It's always kind of resetting, moving some pieces, but for the most part, you're sticking on that plan.
Sticking on that. I don't stop at 2 or 3 and be like, hey, how far I've gotten, because it's a heartbreak. Because if something's not going your way, then you're like, oh shit, I'm failing. Yeah. Because I did that once, and I underestimated God. And then when he showed up the last minute, okay, I'm never doing that again. You know, because 20 to 21, I told myself I'm gonna have a really good job and I'm gonna get married and have kids. Had a really good job, got married. Really, we both messed up that marriage. Did not have kids. Complete reset. Yeah. And then 25 to 30, I'm like, hey man, you're back to ground zero. You got to start all over again. New restaurant, new community. I came back to Birmingham, Alabama at 25. Okay. And I'm like, brand new. I'm looking at it. It's kind of cool. I'm like, brand new community, brand new market, brand new people, brand new me. I get to have a new opportunity. Leave should be counted behind. And then I was like, you know what? But by the time I'm 30, I need to be a business owner. I'm 25, but by the time I'm 30, business owner. That is the goal. 25, 26, 27, 28 was really good. 29 sucked. Sucked so bad. Lost my job at Casino Superior. Didn't get the title that I wanted. I actually pitched a lot of restaurants out that ended up happening, and no one wanted my conceptual idea, and other people did it, and they opened it. So that's when I figured out I was onto something. Like I pitched a taco concept in front of Lifetime. I don't know if you remember. They were out of Texas. I forgot what it's called. They're out of business now.
Yeah. But they were there for what?
I pitched it to an investor, and I'm like, hey, I think I can do a taco concept here. The location's great. Blah blah blah. He's like, no, it's not going to happen. Yeah. And then there goes the Choco Taco or something taco out of Texas, and I'm like, oh my god, like
they did it.
They did it. I'm like, am I onto something? You know? And then Same thing happened in downtown with Rock and Roll Sushi. They took over the exact, like, I just started seeing things.
Mm-hmm.
And it was my entrepreneurial spirit clicking in. And 29, I lost my job. New shift happened. Started working at Taco Mama, which nothing to do with them, but to me, I felt like I was taking a step back.
Yeah.
Ended up going back. Taking an opportunity with Frank said at Highlands, which ended up being the biggest blessing of my life, but I didn't realize that it was. And I really doubted God, and I'm 29 years old. I'm a server. And like we said earlier, we're built to be protectors and leaders and providers.
Yeah.
No girl's gonna want this. Like, I'm nobody. I literally felt like I was nobody. And I settled. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna be the best employee that I can for Frank. And I got my head in the books, and I just studied. I became a really good bartender. Started making some really good cash. I stayed to myself. No one knew me. No one cared about me. I was just Jesus Mendez, actually, bartending. And then I get a phone call. October, same thing, weird month, October. And it was a business opportunity at the Pizzazz Food Hall to be an operating partner for a bar. And I'm like, how did you find me? Well, we just got wind of you that you were a great individual, up and coming. You look young. You seem like you have a lot of hustle. We're looking for that. Would you like to be a partner in this concept? Yes.
You're like, okay.
Yeah. And then, funny dude, I actually cried. I turned 30 at the Lewis bar, sweeping and mopping my own floors. No one was celebrating me. No one was there to say me happy birthday. But I was by myself. But I was just me and God. Like,
I did it.
I did it last minute, dude. And after that, I'm like, okay, 30, 35, I'm gonna have 5 businesses. And I made the 5 businesses at 35. Now 35 to 40, it's have 3 to 4 really great businesses. And now I'm back to wanting to have a family and have kids and just be more of a present father that I couldn't have been when I was younger.
I love that. Yeah. Man, the last minute thing, there's so much to pull out of that journey and story. But the last minute, like, you went into this season where you kind of gave it up to a degree. I say gave it up.
I gave it up.
But I think there's value in sometimes when you're trying so hard to manifest something, it pushes away from you. And then when you just say, hey, I'm going to focus on the skill sets of being good. I'm going to, like, you kind of, you've maybe put it on the back burner because you weren't forcing it, but you sat down and showed, I'm assuming, in that I'm going to be the best version of the current thing I'm in. And that reputation got you the call, is my assumption, because the quality was there. It was like, this guy will work hard, and he will do what he says he's going to do. And I just think that's so many times we're like, the next thing. And then I find that, like, hey, what's right in front of your hands? Yeah. What's in your hands right now? Yeah. How make the most of that and be content. And there's push seasons, but then there's also, I think, seasons where it says, hey, like, I've given you a few things. I'm in a season right now. It's interesting on my pathway and journey of just, the Lord's kind of giving me like 4 things that I need to focus on. And it's like simplify life, just work on those 4 things. And the next season may bring more or whatever. Because I'm very much like, the entrepreneur in me is like, what's the next thing? You're probably similar. It's like, what's shiny object syndrome? And sometimes we have to have a season where we lay that all down and just do good work at what's in front of us. I just think that's a pivotal part. Because we always hear the push, we always hear the next thing, we always hear the glorified stuff. We don't often hear the story of the season where we just were diligent. Yeah.
Locked in.
Yeah.
Literally locked in.
I want to talk through, so Salud, I've been there. It's amazing.
It's awesome. It's good.
It's so good. Let's talk about the influences of the food. Like, where has your restaurant journey, your previous, experiences in home kitchen, cooking with maybe your mom, like, where did all of it come from? Are you using other people's inspiration? Is it all from your own brain? Like, where does it come from? Because the food is good And I've recommended it all the time, and I can't get there, enough. I'm not downtown a lot.
I
but,
feel that. It's okay. Salud's goofy, man, because I live downtown, so I live down the road. And when I'm at the light and I see the restaurant, and there's a line out the door, and the patio's full, and people are loving it. My staff is kicking ass, and there's kids running around, and I'm just like, people really like this place, I can't believe it, And I'm like, hell yeah, because it's freaking good, because I love it. I eat it.
Yeah.
So Salud is, once again, everything on that menu is where my hands have worked at. My operations in the kitchen and in front of the house are very, very similar to a Taco Mama. We're talking about speed. We're talking about consistency. We're talking about hospitality. What Will Haver has done with his company is amazing. I still even have like a meeting where he's speaking and giving us managerial talks, and I'll go back and listen to him okay, because that works. His systems work, so I grab some of that. The PR of touching the tables, talking to guests, just preaching the gospel of my tacos. I learned that at Margarita Grill. Javier Jerez and his brother RJ do amazing work with that, and I didn't realize that was such impactful to most people. I still, if you whenever you see me there, I'm still taking out the trash. I'm still pre-bussing tables. I'm still, hey man, get you anything else? How was everything? How was this? How was that? If someone doesn't like it, cool. Can you please tell me why? With no hard feelings, just tell me why. Mm-hmm. And if it's not for you, it's not for you. I'm like, I'm not gonna please everybody.
Yeah.
Christina Superior, really, I think I want to give credit to Christina because it brought me into this Birmingham market, and I was able to meet everybody. Thank God that I was a good person, and I still am, but a great kid back then, because now the people that signs my liquor license is the guy that I met as a server at Casino. So they know how genuine I am. They know that I've been working, and they know that I'm not going to mess anything up. So there's that relationship of trust at a very young age. With Frank literally sharpened me up and polished me up and just taught me quality and taught me one of the best pinnacles of hospitality in this market. And so to wrap it all up, I grabbed all those. And then when I found out that my parents could cook, because I didn't know that my dad could cook. My dad's back in my life now, but I didn't know that my dad could cook like that. And I'm like, this is amazing. He's like, yeah.
He's like, of course.
And I'm like, you didn't want to share this with me? He was like, why? I'm like, Papa, these beans are great. This carne asada is delicious. I'm like, my stepmom, like, this pollo adobado is great. We have something here. And it actually started with Unos Tacos during the pandemic. And Unos Tacos is what actually showed me that Birmingham was my market. Unos Tacos helped me finance the future projects. Unos Tacos wasn't to make money. It was to get out and do bigger things.
So it was like a test for
see if I could handle it.
The future.
Yes.
Did you try recipes through that and vet that, or more is the
Salud
business?
is completely different.
Okay, so
nothing is close to what Unos Tacos.
It's more of a business tester of is this concept?
Does this work? Can people do fast casual Mexican food with high quality? Do they understand what chicken tinga is And it worked. And when I came up with Salud was a risk, and especially in all the concepts that I do, because we don't have P&Ls for anything. I can't go to an investor and be like, hey, I need you to invest and give me some of this money. And they'll be like, show me how this is going to work. And I'll be like, I fucking can't, idiot. It doesn't exist. This is not a Taco Mama. It's not a Chipotle. It's not a concept that...
It's just something new.
Yeah.
That's a mixture of my experiences, the previous businesses I've run, and then my ideas. Yeah.
You have to trust me.
Wow.
And then they're just like, okay. And they'll just give it to me, And then I love it. And then everything's fire.
It's so interesting. So I, in the investment space with rentals and different things, I had to jump from, you start out with being able to get conventional loans because, you have a W-2 and all that, where a lot of investors start. But as soon as you jump to bigger deals, you can't get those conventional loans anymore. You push into commercial. And the requirements for those loans are totally different. And when it comes down to it, I learned very quickly, they underwrite the deal. They're not going to give money to anyone. There has to be some solidity. But in addition to that, they're underwriting you as a person. And there's someone that has to be in that room that vouches for you.
Mm-hmm.
And there's no signature to it. There's no like, this is what Todd's done in the past. It's literally like, I know Todd and he's a good guy and he will do what he says he's going to do. And if you don't have that and you're like, so
I've been in a lot of those rooms. Thank God I've been nice to people.
Yeah, they're like Chuy's the man. But it's so interesting that you go back to. It's like at some point you probably sat in a room and just said, you got to trust me. And they said, we believe in you and we're going to take that risk.
Yeah. Now that you don't question it.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I'll look at my partners now and I'm like, I remember when this guy didn't.
Why'd you believe me?
Yeah, this guy didn't want me in Trustville, and I'm glad that he didn't. And I was trying so hard to do Nona's Tacos over there, and I was so broken when he denied my lease. He was like, you know what? I don't want this.
Yeah.
And funny enough, he went off and made his own Mexican restaurant. You know who you are. And he failed a year later.
Wow. Okay.
But look back at it, I'm like, thank God that God closed that door for me.
Yeah.
Because that meant that I was going to fail.
Mm.
And so after that, I'm like, okay, so if some deals don't, same thing with everything, friendships, relationship, girls, like like you don't want me, cool, I'll close this door for you, and I'll move on, you know. And I'm glad that those deals didn't fall through because or else I've been losing money out of my ass. But now, brokers are calling me all the freak. I get like 2-3 phone calls. On brokers
now they're like, hey, you got the magic. That's awesome. I love it, man. Let's so you have several businesses. Salud is probably my favorite. Although I've been Adios, and it's been like, such a great
crazy
vibe,
too,
great drinks. And so I want to talk big picture. As we're kind of turning the corner. There's so much. I feel like this interview could be like 3 hours.
You have no clue. Yeah.
But I want to talk about some of the lessons learned on the entrepreneur journey.
Okay.
I know that specifically I wanted to ask, I worked in restaurants very early on. And it was more corporate, back in Colorado, but high turnover rate. And so you're in an industry where there's a lot of high turnover, but I feel like you create a culture where you're combating that. How do you manage people? How do you bring value, but also keep a standard? Like, just talk through some of the lessons you've learned as you've navigated your businesses and just key mark what has made you successful and what's worked, and maybe even some failures that didn't work.
Okay. Thankfully for me, I'm not in that position of high turnover at all. I'll probably switch employees 2-3 times a year.
Wow.
Nothing crazy. Nothing crazy happens to us. What I do know is 3 things for me. I am very, especially when I hire you or I interview you. Like right now, I was training a girl at the bar because we needed a new person, so we brought her in. We were just chit-chatting, and then, hey, since you know how to bartend, make me these 3 drinks. And she just started shaking and like getting a little bit nervous. I'm like, okay, I'm nervous. And I'm like, why are you nervous? I'm like, because you're asking. I'm like, look, I'm not your enemy. I'm actually your ally.
Yeah.
I'm here to teach you and make you better. Your enemy is the guest who's going to ask you for a cocktail and you know how to do it. Now that's the problem. So when I get in their heads like that, I'm like, hey, I'm only as good as you are. So we need to be on the same page.
Yeah, I'm not the boss and you're the employee. Like, no. We are a team.
We are a team.
Reset that mentality. I
reset at the very beginning, and every time when I interview them, I'm like, look, I got my own goals, just like you do in your life. But my goals are to open another Salud or another restaurant or another concept or whatever. But the only way that I can do that is if I can trust you to do your job. And I'm going to give you all my resources, all my tools, all my love, all my attention. Even if it's something to do with life, let's just step away from this and I'll get you help if you need help. If it's not me, I'll get you help. I promise you. But I can only get to part B and C if me and you can navigate through part A together.
That's so good.
So once we set that line of trust of like good, strong work ethic, then dude, I win them. They stay on my team regardless.
I think too, when critique comes, it comes from a place of trust of like, he wants to make me better, not he's disappointed in me or I'm going to get the axe thrown. It comes from a place of like you said, the team, and like, I want to make you better. And this is coming from a place of love. I love that, man.
The other one is pay. By pay, my analogy is the cake. So I can't eat the cake by myself. I am in the business of making 4 or 5 cakes, aka businesses.
Right.
But the only way that I can keep making more cakes is if I share a cut of the cake. So I pay very well hourly. You know, I do hire the right people for that pay, obviously.
Right.
All my managers have good bonuses, and for my operating partners, they have a really good pay structure plus percentage ownership of other companies. So I share the cake, which allows me to continue doing businesses. And when I do come in that room with talented individuals that become managers or want to become owners, then we start talking, because it gives me more leverage to continue doing business. And the third one, everybody in this industry that works for me knows that I started it from zero. I'm not a trust fund baby. I came from nothing. I worked really hard for everything that I have, and I've already been in your shoes. So you can't really lie to me.
I've already mopped that floor.
I already mopped that floor. Like,
and I know it can be clean.
You won't wash some dishes. I wash dishes in jail. Get off my face. You know, like I actually learned how to cook in jail. But anyways, but it's just like don't fuck with me. Yeah. Like if you're gonna be late, tell me that you're gonna be late. You know, like if you don't want to come to work, tell me. If you're hungover, tell me.
Yeah.
Just don't make my life complicated. Don't piss me off. Line of communication is the most important thing for me. Yeah. And so this is really it. Just kind of giving them don't play with me, man. Yeah. Like I'm in the game too, you know. So, and they love it. To know. Yeah.
It is so funny. I think of that in a micro scale with my boys, especially now they're 7 and 11, and it's like, you know, just different disagreements or different like moments, and I'm like, did you not think I was a boy your age trying to get away with stuff, or did you not think like, or they'll be like, you know, even picking a movie, I'm like, trust me, like I've picked good movies in the past we've liked. I'm like, maybe Papa knows what he's doing, you know. And it's this funny thing of like, I've been there before, dude. I've been there before.
Yeah, don't play me, you know. Yeah, so it works because I get to call them out.
That's great. Do you feel that in the industry there's any movement? I'm going to step back a little bit. Birmingham, I love the food here. Yeah. There's so much great restaurants. Yeah. And it's very competitive, and I think brings the excellence. Like they know the bar. And I've told people who are out of town, or, you know, different people who maybe don't know the food scene, I'm like, if a new restaurant opens and it is not successful within the 3 to 4 months, word spreads so fast, it'll be done. Like it'll be done. You have 3 to 4 months to impress the town, because there's so many other better options to put your money towards that, like, you got 3 to 4 months and word spreads. And so for you to hit the year is a massive, massive win. So congratulations to that. Yeah, celebrating the year. Are there shifts, though, that now that the culture, I think, is set, it's been that way for a good bit of time, where do you see it moving? Like, where do you see restaurants moving? Where do you see that progressing in the future?
That's a really good question.
Like, are we going to see 3 stars just pop up everywhere? Like,
no.
Yeah.
Michelin coming into the Southeast was a shocker, I think, for a lot of restaurants, especially after what restaurants got what's bibs or whatever. We didn't get a star at all. We just got recommendations and bibs. Okay. And well-deserved bibs.
Yeah.
No big deal. No, well, yeah. No, I mean, and hopefully it doesn't come out the wrong way, but I genuinely don't care. Yeah. I've got bigger problems in my life than to worry about a bib. Yeah.
It's appreciated, but you're like, let's get back to work.
Let's get back to work, and let's get back to the reality of the real problems in the city. Yeah. You know, like, one of my good friends, Chef Ramon, got a bib, and I'm like, I think I was more excited for him, you know, because I love the man, and I'm like, oh, dude, you got one, you know, and I'm like, but I was happy to celebrate him, you know. I do care because it's my people, but I'm just talking at a place of like world problems, you know. If I didn't get one, I don't care. Yeah. There's other things I gotta deal with, but going back to the topic of food and culture, I have a big problem with my imposter syndrome, you know, and so I kind of feel like I can't say certain things because I don't think I'm somebody just yet, you know. but I know that I've got things that I represent very well. We can continue doing great concepts, bars and restaurants, but we have, in my opinion, we are lacking the laborers. We're lacking the workforce. Okay?
Yeah.
That talent pool of people that love hospitality is starting to shrink. We have servers who do customer service, but we don't have hospitality. And the hospitality people, shout out to Bottega and Chef Fonfon, they're there. You know, that hospitality group does amazing work, super consistent, it's always clean. They take care of you. They notice everything about you, and it's just one of the best experiences you'll ever have at a restaurant. But they attract great talent. So, and when this new talent does arrive into the city, they go to them. But we don't need 2 or 3 new people. We need 50 or 60 to come into the city. That way we can continue holding the standard of hospitality and the standard of how a restaurant should be run, at least front of the house. I don't know where that's going to... I don't have the answer to that. I don't know how that's going to...
And that will upgrade the experience.
The experience for Birmingham.
Man, that is very interesting. I think 30,000 foot view, don't know. I just know restaurants decently well, but not crazy. But that hits... I see that. I see that, like, it's a holistic experience, and you don't get that everywhere. I'm thinking, and like I said, you know so much more about the restaurant industry, and so this may sound naive or whatever, but have you seen The Bear? And there's an episode where one of the guys who just doesn't get it, he's like, let's just throw some, it's the brother, right? Or they call him cousin, but he's just like this relative, but he's just like, let's just throw it out there, let's get it done. He doesn't have passion. He goes to this like Michelin 3-star, and just the first couple parts of it, he's like, I don't get it. Why are they so? He's polishing forks.
I saw that. That's that scene.
He's like polishing forks, and they're like, that's your job today, and do it to the best of your ability. And by the end of it, his transformation of seeing the excellence in what it is, and there's a scene where he says, he's sitting, he's like talking to the guy who's like, who gets it basically. He's teaching them, and he's like, why do you do this? Why do you do this? And he's like, because I care. And they were talking about this couple who like had saved up, you know, all their money to just go to this, I mean, like just to have this experience, this like teacher. And he's like, I do it for them because for us it's every day. But for them, it's a once in a lifetime experience. And
that's exactly it. Then you have a good team, and if you have a good team, then someone like me as an entrepreneur can keep going doing more things. But if I don't have a team that doesn't give a shit, then I'm stuck behind pre-bussing the tables, making sure to pick up the place, making sure that the guest is having a good...
They care.
They care.
Yeah. I think it'll be interesting to see your journey as you continue to expand, and you're probably maxed out sometimes, how you communicate culture without having to... Because we were talking offline before this, and you're like, I'll bust the table. I'll take out a trash. I'm not above it. And I think employees, when they, you know, see these parts of your team, I don't even say employees, parts of your team see that, they're like, oh, wow, like... We all got to be in the weeds. We all got to do it, and that's a great. Like I'm a huge believer in caught not taught. You know, example. But at some point in the journey, and I think you're probably there where you're not able to always take out the trash anymore to show, like on occasion, and it'll be interesting how you develop to still communicate that culture without having to take out the trash every once in a while when you're there.
I have a plan because I mean El Tigre is coming up. And so I'm already setting up the structure that I need to start training my managers, my shift leads, and my co-business partner. Like, hey, I'm about to step away, and I hate to do this to you, but this is your checklist. And I need this checked by 11, by 3, and by just to make sure that you're at least holding up the standard of the restaurant. Because right now I'm doing all the checklists by myself. So I'm working towards that, just developing new structures. Because that's all great. It is. If you have a good structure, your team will do what they got to do.
That's great, man. Like I said, I think this conversation could have lasted way longer. I think we tapped into a lot of different things. The big takeaway from me, and I always love kind of recapping, thinking about it just personally, as part of the podcast is just my curiosity, my development, my enjoyment with learning from others. And the big takeaway is just, caring, and like caring about your team, caring about the customer, caring about the experience. And I think that's what has made a lot of your business ventures work, because it's not just another thing, it's the care. Yeah. It's the value. And so
hands on. Yeah,
I'm very excited. I know that you got some things in the mix coming up. We can't talk about them. Some you can, some you can't. But I mean, if someone wants to get a hold of you and give you a couple $1 million to open a couple other businesses, or they themselves are thinking about restaurants or whatever, if someone wants to get a hold of you, how do they reach out? And or just go to Salud, and see if they can catch you.
Like a Pokemon. Like there he is. If they want to open up a restaurant, don't do it, man.
Great advice. You heard
don't
it here.
Don't do it. If you're not gonna sacrifice time, and if you're not disciplined enough to be there to open, to close, and most importantly, if you don't understand what culture is, don't do it.
Yeah.
There are so many people out there that just want to open things so they can get the glorification that I own something. Shut the fuck up. Like it's not, don't do it for that reason.
Yeah.
Because you're going to close down in a year. Your cookie's going to crumble really fast. And I never did it for that. I never did it for I own this, I own that.
Yeah.
I still act. I'll be outside doing something on my notebook and people will be asking questions. What place is good? I'm like, I'll still play the game. I did it yesterday. The place is great. They'll close at 11 if you're going to go in. I highly recommend the Pastor Taco. It's amazing. Really? It's like, yeah, go in there. And
They're like, this guy recommended it.
And I love it.
He's one of the owners. Yeah, that's
and
awesome.
to find me, LinkedIn, and social media. You really can't miss me. If you want to find me, you'll find me.
That's awesome, man. Yeah. Well, thank you for the time. I appreciate it. Like I said, I know that you have a busy schedule, juggling a lot of things, got some things coming up, and I just appreciate the time.
No, man, thanks for having me. This felt real good.
Lots of really good insight. Birmingham's food scene. I've had George Calga from Black Market. I'm a huge believer in the food scene coming here, and as I'm kind of going through guests, that's part of what I want to promote is just some of the great food here, because I think it branches out and helps the whole community as a whole feel pride in Birmingham, and it helps the economics and makes it a destination place to be. So appreciate you being a part of making our community better.
Yeah, thanks, man. Appreciate it.
This is awesome.
Great.